Hey everybody, how's it going? I thought I'd make this video, let you know what's up with me. It's been, I don't know, a couple weeks since I made a video, I think. Um, anyway, so what's happened with me is I got COVID um, 8 days ago. So last Tuesday, I got tested positive for COVID. So I've been home, you know, in bed, quarantine in my office here. This office is like a junk room slash office. It's got a bed in here for guests. So I've just been hanging out in here. First 3, 4 days, I had a fever, got up to about 102. And I'm just a big baby when I get a fever. Uh, I like getting under the covers, fully clothed, trying to sweat it out. I just hate fevers. And I hate throwing up too. I didn't throw up, but that's just another story. I'll do anything not to throw up, but just a couple of little baby things that I go through when I get sick. But so anyway, prior to me getting sick, I knew that everybody's going to get COVID in some form or rather, whether you're vaccinated or not. So I had previously set up with a local doctor with all the forbidden meds that you're not going to get through mainstream doctors. Um, so so I already had that set up. So if you kind of want to know what I was on, you could, I can't, if I say the wrong words here, nobody will see this video. So you can just see what like Joe Rogan or Dan Bongino, Dana White, people like that were on. And so it's very similar regiment to that. So after about 4 days, my fever broke, and then I got sneezing fits. And so it never got into my lungs, and just kind of in the head. So I had a atomizer, and I was spraying providone iodine in my nose, and then gargling with that. And you can look that up on YouTube. And so I'm pretty much cleared up. Just kind of sore, licking my wounds in bed, not getting out too much. But so what I've been doing is ordering crap for upgrading my trailer. So I'll tell you what's coming up, and I may not get to some of these videos until I get my trailer pulled back around front and start working on it, but got me a little list here. So I decided to hook my gas diaphragm pump into the existing, I think I got a 12 or 13 gallon fuel tank for my pressure washer. So I'm going to tee into that, and I'm going to add a Pulse fuel pump. And so I'm going to tap into the engine to pull the vacuum and pressure pulses off the crankcase to run my Pulse fuel pump. I could have put electric fuel pump on, but Briggs & Stratton has what's called a magnetron ignition, which is bulletproof, but it takes no you don't have to run electricity to it to make it work. So on the starter switch on the Briggs, it's only off or crank. There's no accessory, on, off, nothing like that. So there's not a 12 volt source there. I would have had to put a different ignition switch on there that had an accessory. So when I turn the key in the on position, it would energize a fuel pump, and I just didn't want to do that. And so so anyway, that'll be a little project. I have everything here for it. It looks like, like 20 bucks, I'll have a fuel pump going. The next thing, I just ordered new trailer tires, Um, I know I don't even have 10,000 miles on the trailer tires that I have on my trailer, but they're just, scrubbed almost flat. Uh, they're bald. And I know that has a lot to do with being tandem. So every time you turn, your wheels scrub. So they scrub sideways. So you're constantly scraping rubber off your tires. So I bought some 10 ply. Um, so we'll see how long that lasts. I mean, if I have to buy a set of tires every year, I think they were $330. That's okay. I bought I was looking online, Marketplace and Craigslist for a toolbox. I was wanting to put a toolbox on one of my wooden rails to get all that crap out of those buckets that was sitting out in the weather. And I could find some, but they were rusted through or dented, or the door didn't work. And people were wanting like $200 to $400 for 4-footers that just looked like crap. So I ordered a brand new one. It's a Byers steel, black steel, for I think it's like $320, $340 right in there, brand new, free shipping. So that came in. It's 18 by 18 by 48, and it looks like it's going to hold everything I need. The other thing is, I went to order my, you guys know I was wanting to upgrade to electric reels because it's been 5 weeks since I had shoulder surgery. And I didn't like my manual reels anyway. I mean, yeah, it's fun for like 3 seconds, and then it's like, it's not fun anymore. So I was going to buy electric reels, and especially since my shoulder was screwed up now. So I called around, and most places didn't have them in stock and were telling me, what was it, 4 to 6 weeks before they could even ship them out. And they were $900, $950 a piece. And that was just for the 1/2 inch with a stainless steel manifold. And I wanted to put one on my hose reel. I mean, my garden hose reel, which was it's got an inch manifold, and that was like $1,100 for that reel. But when a supplier tells you, 6 or 8 weeks before they could even ship it out, that to me means 2 to 3 months. And I want to be spraying water before then. So I was like, well, what can I do? Because I didn't want to wait. And so I started looking at it thinking, well, I can convert those to electric myself for a lot cheaper. And so I just, studying and looking how the other manufacturers are running their electric reels. Their reel motors were anywhere between $325 to $450 just for the stupid motor. And if you do a search on those motors with the specs, they're all from China. And if you want to order it from China, which now it's going to take forever, you can get them for $40. So these manufacturers that's selling those motors for $350, $400, they're not paying more than $40 for them, which is fine. If they can get more, great, but I wasn't going to pay it. And then also you'd need a big sprocket for your reel, so you could get the proper gear reduction. So what I did was I was thinking, well, what's the easiest thing for me, since sometimes I get things a little complicated, but so anyway, check this out. All right, so here's what I bought. I bought 3 of these. Now these are 1/3 horsepower, and yeah, they're made in China, and I had to pay about $140 a piece for these. I got 3 of them, and I'm going to run a 4L belt instead of a sprocket. Now, since this already has a gear reduction on it, which it's 8.9 to 1, So this is going to run about 350 RPM. Since it's already got a gear reduction on it, I don't have to put a huge pulley on my reel. So I did some calculation. I was wanting the reels. All right, to skip forward here. When I see these people, these manufacturers with these electric reels, and I see people use them on YouTube, and they're pushing a button, this reel is like zzz, like that, and I'm like, that's way too fast. So I don't know why they're doing it that way. That it just seems too fast. You know, I see everybody like pushing the button and feathering it in, and you know, stopping it and getting your hose, you know, straightened out, because that hose reel's spinning so fast. So it looked to me like they were spinning at about 150 RPM. And so all I did was just took a, you know, stopwatch and imagined in my head what a comfortable reel speed was. And I did it several times, and it came up to 100 RPM. So when I take this motor, which is the same horsepower as the reel motors that come like on the electric reels already, plus this gear reduction, I only have to put a 7-inch pulley on my manifold pipe. And being belt, it's going to be a lot safer and easier for me. So the only thing I don't know is, am I going to put the belt on tight? You know, I was thinking that the ones with the chains on it that come with, you know, the manufacturer built electric reels, I was thinking they must have a one-way clutch, so you could pull the hose off easily, you know, going, you know, backwards, and then, you know, whenever you wanted to reel it in, the one-way clutch would catch and spin the hose back on the reel. But I didn't see any of that. So they're running just, you know, chain drive direct. And so so I'm thinking I can get away with putting this assembly on with the belt, and without, you know, having to make a mechanism to tighten or loosen this belt up. You know, I was thinking about putting a lever on here and, you know, pulling it back and tightening the belt as it's spinning to engage the reel. And then I was like, well, you know, I don't know. Once I put it on, I'll figure it out. I may have to do that. But anyway, so if this works out with the motor and the so this would be the drive pulley, and so the pulley you'd put on the reel would be called a driven pulley. So between here and the driven pulley, switch and belt should be $200 or less, $180 to $200. So if this works, then you know, this would be an easy way for a lot of you guys to convert, you know, if you already got a reel, to convert to electric. But anyway, kind of excited about this. This thing's heavy. This it weighs 6.5 pounds. And yeah, I know it's, you know, a China motor, but it looks really heavy built. So so that's going to come up here as soon as the weather breaks. So that's what I've been up to, ordering crap in. I just, you know, on those electric reels, even if they could have came in next week, you know, we're talking $2,800 to $3,000 to change my 3 reels out. I just couldn't justify it. You know, if I bought electric reels in the beginning, yeah, but anyway, I just couldn't justify it. And plus, this is going to be a cool project, so hope it works out. It may not work out. I may send them back. I don't know, but that's about it. I'm going to have some more quick tips coming up. I think the next one's going to be plumbing. I've seen some people, you know, ask some questions about this. Is the one I'm going to do next. How are you guys hooking up 2 pressure washers to 1 water tank? and they're not doing it right. So I'm seeing bad information put out, even with it. There's 100 ways of doing something, and a lot of times there's 3 or 4 right ways of doing it. So, but what I'm seeing is a wrong way to do it, and that seems to be the popular way. So be watching for that tip. I think I'm just going to do it right now and upload it here in an hour or two. So be watching for that. If you guys have any, thoughts, put them down below. If you have any questions, or you want a specific video done, let me know. Give me a thumbs up, share my videos, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching.